Border Security Report magazine and a director of the World Border Security Congress and the Border Security Network. In partnership with the United Nations Counter-Terrorism Centre, we will be bringing you 4 webinars over the coming months. Before we go on, there is just one housekeeping point. At the top right-hand side of your screen, you will see 2 tabs, Chat and Q&A. If you have any questions, please post them to the Q&A box, and we will try to cover as many of them as we can at the end of the webinar. Okay, our first webinar in the series looks at the border challenges facing Argentina, Paraguay and Uruguay. We have a panel of expert speakers and a lot to get through over the coming hour and a half, so we will jump straight to Mr. Rocco Messina, Head of Border Security and Management Unit at the United Nations Centre for United Nations Counter-Terrorism Centre. Rocco, over to you.
Thank you, Tony. Welcome everybody to the webinar on border challenges at Argentina, Paraguay and Uruguay borders in the context of terrorism and related transnational organized crime. As Tony just said, I'm Rocco Messina, Head of the Border Security and Management Unit within UNCCT, and I lead the implementation of its global program, which is managed by my colleague, Ms. Christine Bradley, who will be the moderator of this webinar. First and foremost, I ask you to accept my deepest apologies for the last-minute change of topic due to some technical issues. However, we have made sure to still provide a valuable technical border analysis. I'm really delighted to open A View to a Border, the first of a series of geographically focused webinars that UNCCT, in partnership with the World Security Border Congress, will conduct over the course of the next 2 months. Delivered under the framework of the UNCCT Global BSM program, which aims to strengthen member states' capacities to prevent the cross-border movement of terrorists and stem the flow of foreign terrorist fighters. With these webinars, we aim to focus attention on the strategic benefits of a full-fledged border management in counter-terrorism. Effective border security and management is the first line of defense against the movement of terrorists across borders and illegal cross-border movement of goods and cargo. Through our global program, UNCCT is committed to supporting states to implement comprehensive border management strategies, enhance their technical and operational capacities, and increase interagencies and cross-border cooperation. Today, you will hear from counterterrorism coordinators, border and law enforcement experts, and also practitioners, as well as experts from international and regional organizations and the private sector. All of them will share with us their experiences and ideas for addressing these existing challenges. Thanks to all of you for joining us, particularly a big token of appreciation to our guest speakers for their resilience in adapting to the topic change. I sincerely hope that you find the interactive dialogue interesting, and I encourage you all to actively participate in the question and answer section at the end of the webinar. So without further ado, I will now hand on the baton to my colleague, Christine. Christine, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Rocco. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to webinar number 1. I'm very pleased to be here today to moderate our discussions regarding the threat landscape, border security and management challenges, and national, regional, and international response measures and mechanisms relating to countering terrorism and transnational organized crime within the border areas of Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay. We have a most interesting program for our discussions today, kicking off with a session which will lay out the context and frame the current threat environment in this region. So let me waste no more time and proceed with introducing our first expert speaker, Mr. Javier Martinez. He's a legal officer at the UN Counter-Terrorism Committee Executive Directorate, or CTED, and focal point for the Americas. Javier, we're very, very pleased to have you here with us today, and the floor is all yours.